All right, so I know somebody is going to be like, okay, fine, I have an art curator that I trust. However, I feel like my art curator is missing something. Is there are works that should be part of the solo show or my work in the group show, and then this curator is not seeing it. This curator is not selecting it. So I feel what you can do is, don't just come and say, oh, I want to add these works. Oh, this is my best work. Like, don't make it sound like you're imposing it on them or you're insisting or you're like telling them what to do, because they are the art curator, right? You have to trust them. So basically what you can do is you can say, oh, my curator, I have these works. I see that you've not selected them to be part of the show. However, I would like you to add them to the show for this particular reasons. And even with that, you still need to trust the curator to say, oh, we are adding it, or no, we are not adding it. Because it's just like you as a visual artist, you have your vision that you're trying to achieve with a piece that you're creating. No matter how you try to explain certain things about the work you're creating, that you're creating, the outsider might not get it. It's just you as the artist who sometimes might understand what you're trying to achieve. So imagine a curator comes to your studio, or imagine a gallerist comes to your studio while you're creating a piece of art, and then they are like, do the nose like this, use this color. How would you feel? You feel offended, you feel disrespected, you feel angry. And that is the same thing that curators also feel, art curators also feel, when you just bump into their process. I don't even understand. So if you don't believe that a curator knows their work, then the best thing is don't even reach out to them. But once you say, hey, I would like you to curate my work, curating is a trusting business, right? So if you don't trust your curator, it cannot work. They might listen to you, but at the end of the day, the result you will achieve will not be as much as when you trust that curator to do their work. Like I said, curators are not errands. Curators are not house agents who help you look for space. Curators are more than that. And until we start to allow other people in the art ecosystem to function like they should, our industry in Nigeria would most likely still remain stagnant. But as always, we'll be celebrating the crumbs. I remain Aditile Oluwatosin Jekamo.